but it is a walking program that takes you out of your walk and has you sit in a chair or lie down on the floor and help you refine and upgrade the basic elements, the A's, the B's, the C's, that we all had before we walked. A is for alignment, where we came to a place where we could be upright, and it's a natural alignment, an alignment that allows all of your joints to have more space between each one. Then B is for balance, and at balance we realized, oh, it's not a static balance, it's a dynamic balance where we have to bend a little bit here, move a little bit here, so that we can maintain a natural balance. And then C, which is for coordination, we discovered that once we were upright and balanced and we wanted to go faster, we had to figure out a way to do that, because the legs alone do not do an efficient, light, easy walk. We need to use the torso to go faster and to be light and efficient in our walk. This area is often forgotten about and unappreciated, because as we sit all day, we don't use the torso. As we have grown to believe that this is a rib cage, doesn't move at all, so it can't bend, and we have to bend from the waist, as opposed to maybe we could bend a little bit more in our ribs to keep our counterbalance and keep ourselves safe. And it doesn't think about at all coordination as you're sitting, right? So we have to re-awake those A, B, C's, so that when you do take a walk, you can really redesign your walk so that it can be light and efficient. Now, the truth of the matter is that as we live through decades and we have injuries and we sit all day, our structure is different than when we were young, where we had that light, easy walk. Do you remember that? Still, even though our structure isn't perfect, we can create the timing that can be perfect, the timing that can be fluid and aligned and easy. Back in the early 80s, with a master's degree in dance, I had the privilege of working with bonniek-feldenkrais, who is a pioneer in neuroplasticity, which means the brain can change. And what he did was he brought his awareness to his whole body when he had this knee injury that he wanted to walk with lightness and ease, or be pain-free with. And he realized that it was the habits of holding his chest or holding the way he always walked that actually interfered with his ability to find a new way so that he could walk pain-free. That's what the lightness of program is about. As he demonstrated, we don't have to stay stuck in our pattern if we give ourselves the time to recognize the patterns and then quiet them, and then look for variations of how we could do the same thing we already know how to do in a different way. So his idea was that we can do whatever we know how to do, such as walk, in 10 different ways. So, for instance, as I'm standing here now, I'm feeling my skeleton inside of me. Can you do that as well? Or are you holding muscles to hold yourself up? So the idea is to allow gravity to go through the skeleton, trust that the skeleton can hold us, so that the muscles around our shoulders don't have to be so tight and held. We can breathe and we can feel that great, nice openness so that the diaphragm can move down as we inhale, like it's designed to do. And we're in a place of quiet and stillness. Then we can start to pay attention in a more heightened awareness way of what we're doing. So here I am standing. How am I going to start to walk? Well, the first thing I have to do is shift my weight. Would I shift it this way and lift this leg up? Or would I shift it this way and lift this leg up? Well, I had the option of doing either. Lucky me. But what's your preference? My preference is to do it this way at this moment. The beauty of this work is that maybe another day, I'd rather do it the other way. But the question is how do we shift our weight? Do we shift it all the way over? Do we shift it this way over so that we can walk? What are the many different ways that we can shift our weight? And what is going to be the most efficient and comfortable, well-balanced, and pain-free way? That's what we're exploring. So get to know your skeleton. Come start to join us. And remember, it's not just muscles. It's not just legs that do our walking or that need our strength. It is our whole torso needs to be organized. We need to know that we have a spine that can lengthen and the weight can get distributed throughout our whole self so that the movement of our torso can rotate around that spine. We can bend to maintain a balance if we're going to fall. Whoops. and we can then start to just figure out a new way to make that walk be painless and balanced.